Call Yahweh, how about Shemel Shai Bishim Kakodash? All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shemel Shai Bishim Kakodash, and giving double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, the great millstone who will. Peace and salutation to the election, the first fruits, the choicest part, that when the Lord will have mercy upon in these times. Starting with the Rashim of the 144,000 heeds, the elect, and the rest of the remnant of the 1/3, removing the children who are not prophets but are believers in the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All are Israelites. Alright, the Lord is only dealing with the nation of Israel. The nation of Israel consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the Israelite foreigners that are likened unto the speckled bird that are scattered across the four winds, but by the word of their father go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is the spirit that bear witness with our spirit that we're the children of God or the Most High. Shemiah Mafan is a mappa from the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp, coming with another wee lesson. This this is some pretty comical news, I would say, especially judging the city of Philadelphia, which I actually live in. News came out here that Philadelphia votes to ban ski masks to decrease crime. Opponents worry it'll unfairly target some. So, you can see the balaclava ski mask, shield the cold air, which they said a lot of Jake, got them. Me particularly, I wear the balaclava, but the balaclava that I wear, the heat, pretty much it has a function where it's I can expose the crown of my head, and also obviously I can pull it down so that my face is visible. It's rare that I actually wear it like how you see this guy, and even mine don't even look like that. So, this rose mostly in popularity here in Philadelphia with the pestilence outbreak in 2020, and when they were telling us that we could wear a facial covering. Now, it could be cloth based and such, and that was going on. That was actually told, okay, by the government, but then they changed, and you had a lot of people wearing these masks and continue to wear them. Now, Philadelphia City Council passed legislation or law to ban ski masks in some public spaces, a measure supporters say will increase public safety amid high violent crime. But opponents argue it will unfairly target people without proof of any wrongdoing. So, really, it seemed like there's a underlining reason of why this was passed, really, because truly, people who want to conceal their face, the whole pestilence outbreak going on, and really they didn't care, to be honest. It kind of like I was told, a man wearing one of these masks like this, he don't care nothing about the pestilence outbreak. And this was another Jake that said this at my job that was from New York. New York got some harsh characters around that. He more so telling you that Jake, that they should more have the facial surgical covering rather than this, because this ain't no facial covering for the pestilence outbreak, even though we know the science behind all of that. But he just said that this person don't care nothing about the pestilence outbreak. You know, if you look up like guys, um, like 50 Cent, you know, Ski Mask Way, you know, like I get mine the fast way, Ski Mask Way. Make money, money. A ninja, if you ask me, this the only way. Take money, take money. You know, so you know this whole ski mask way. You know, getting yours the ski mask way, which you got to think, what does it mean to get it the ski mask way? Also, the title of a book someone ghost wrote for 50. It says Ski Mask Way is a story about robbing sprees that start in New York and ends in VA. So, pretty much, you know, you could, the common ninja, okay, they would say have the what? They have that stigma of going on robbing sprees or maybe up to no good. All right, with this face mask on it. Because say if you was a store owner and somebody came with this on their face, like me, I would be conscious of what I'm doing before I go into the store. Like I want to take that off. Really, if anything, I don't want to. Like it's like if I go in a bank with one of these on, what I look like. You know that's why when they came with that wear the face covering, I actually like I was actually scared to really deal with going to ATMs and going like basically by banks because you know how the stigma is with Jake wearing a, a a face mask and going to a bank. You know you gonna be basically thought of as we gonna go into a byword. And this is one of the curses that befalled us, of us as Israelites. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, due to disobedience, in 37. It says, "And thou shalt become astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord Yahweh shall send thee." Okay, a byword, go back to the Hebrew. Origin of this word is shanan, which the word here is shanayana or shunyana, which goes into being a taunt. Okay, a sharp word, like a word taunt. Like like people call us, all types of different taunting words. Okay, like I say, y'all nothing but robbers. You know, or anything like But I ain't trying to fit that. Even though we go through. This is the book of Psalm chapter 44. I'm gonna start at 9. It says, "But thou hast cast off and put us to shame, and goest not forth with our armies." Okay, thou hast cast off and put us to shame. Okay, and hey, we've had to deal with that due to our disobedience. It's only now the Lord being more merciful, who really to the elect. Okay, a lot of times, like I say, people see our conversation despite the byword that's amongst us and stuff, but they can see our behavior, and see how we stick out as lights. Okay, but thou makest us to turn back from the enemy, and they which hate us spoil themselves. Thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and hast scattered us among the heathen. Right. So thou hast given us like sheep appointed to the meat. Just straight up. It's like we just hand it over freely, to get slaughtered. Okay? It says, thou sellest thy people for naught, and dost not increase thy wealth by their price. That, and that's the point. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors. Reproach goes into being a harapa, which is a basically a condition of shame or disgrace. Reproach resting on a condition of shame and disgrace. You know, people look at us as we're pathetic. Okay. You know, because look at even Jake. Like Jake, you know, Jake say, okay, y'all want us to wear face masks. Jake choose a Robert. You know, you'll see a Jake with the Home Alone style face mask. Like, let me see, Home Alone. With the you know the ski mask with the eyeballs in the mouth. Let me see if I can find that. It's only like the eyeballs in the mouth are exposed. It look crazy. Like you see, this is kind of one right here, but it could be worse. Okay. It look crazy. Jake don't even got nowhere for his nose to breathe. Alright, so I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, so it says, yeah, thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the heat among the people. Okay? Yeah, man. Yeah. So, you know, heavy, very heavy. And then E, like I said, where it says here that it sounds like this legislation, opponents argue that it's basically to the law, that is particularly, is unfairly targets people are really just going to be Israelites without any proof of wrongdoing. So like Jake walking around with this on their face is pretty much give, you know, a police that has the power to enforce the law a reason to pretty much stop them, like a probable cause. Okay, dude walking around with a face mask on his face, or on the corner with a face mask on his face, looking like this, with his hands in his pocket, with his trousers down to his arse. You know. It says the legislation passed on Thursday with 13-2 vote, and now goes to the Democratic Mayor Jim Kenney. A spokesperson said he would review the legislation to look forward to our ongoing work with City Council on the urgent matter for ensuring public safety. If I see a guy with a ski mask, I'm not going nowhere near him. Okay, that's me. If he wearing the ski mask, like I was on the bus, this dude had a ski mask. He had the ski mask type thing. You couldn't even see his face, period. He was a Jake. You couldn't see none of his face. He was through. He like maybe he was getting high or something, and he was just through. And he was laid out with his hands in his pocket, like on the one part of the bus where the exit is. On the rear, you know, it's like these three middle seats in the center. He was laid out across that, you know, just with his hands on his pockets, and you know, he had the mask on, so he was just through. But it says the measure would ban ski mask balaclavas in public spaces like schools. So this is particular spots they're talking about: recreation centers, parks, city-owned buildings, and on public transport. It defines the garment as a close-fitting covering over the whole head. So, You hear what it said? A close fitting covering the whole head with holes only for eyes, nose, or mouth. Okay. So, you know, like I said, just look at, like I said, look at that. Okay. Look at, right here. Robbery. Yeah, so it says $250 fine will be imposed against anyone who violates this law, exception for a religious garb in protest. So, you know, that's weird too. At protests, you can wear a ski mask, but you know, apparently they say you can't. So that's where the confusion is, and that's Babylon. Okay. The legislation comes after as the nation's sixth largest city has been belligerent by violent crime, tallying a record number of homicides in 2021, most of them gun-related. That number fell from 262 to 516 in 2022, but was still higher than pre-pandemic levels, and the advocates said that they are on track to decrease further this year. All right, big cities across the United States or across the nation experienced spikes in crime as social supporters were unpinned during the pandemic, though crime has started to decrease to pre-pandemic levels. Okay, and they talk about a lot of different things, concerns about theft. You know, check this out. I'm gonna pull up something. Or stabbed, I think it was. Security guard. You have here Philadelphia Macy's retail theft turns deadly. 2 security guards are stabbed. Pardon the commercials. If this is a commercial. Yeah, perhaps it's a commercial. But apparently, you had security guards at Philadelphia Macy's were stabbed after retail theft. Right? One suspect is in custody after stabbing 2 security guards at Macy's, Philadelphia. This downtown Macy's. The workers was rushed to Jefferson Hospital nearby as police respond. To the scene. Cops said the suspects boarded a SEPTA train after the stabbing. And transit police said he was arrested at Somerset Station. So he went to Kensington by SEPTA police, according to the Philadelphia Police Department, which is leading the investigation. Which it probably was one of them damn Fetty heads. You know, they on the xylazine, the drugs, the Fetty, the fake heroin. They on that. You got off at Somerset. You could easily blend in down there. People sleeping outside and such. It says police at the scene said that the incident began about 15 minutes before they were called when the man tried to steal some hats. So they, that definitely he was out boosting at Macy's. Security guards at the store got into a confrontation with them, retrieved the merchandise, and let him go on his way. That same man is accused of returning and attacking the guard. So, that's another thing. Like these different drug addicts, you know, um, they don't care about nothing, and they'll come back and retaliate. There was a dollar store here in Philadelphia that was burned down by, I believe, one of them finished drug addicts. They burned it to the ground. I think he set like a dumpster on fire. When the male comes back into the store, he immediately goes straight towards one of the security guards, and he redirects his attention to the second security guard, runs directly to the security guard with a knife already exposed, and begins to stab him. So he had no chill. He didn't care. Philadelphia Police Commissioner John Shapper said there's a couple with the second security guard trying to save the first guard that stabbed, and the second guard sustained several stab wounds as well. So, you see how Philly and people getting it in. Is it worth, the merchandise? Yeah, so, the scriptures talk about the love of many waxing cold. Scriptures talk about men invading one another for lack of bread. So, we see that the time of prophecy is definitely hitting, and we see the craziness going on. So, and we see the trap. This is a trap. So that's it. Shalom to the elect. All praise Yahweh Shem HaShai. Just be aware out there. Shalom.